Welcome into SBR Madness for Sunday, March 10th. He's Maxwell Smart. I'm Drew Martin. We're getting you ready for the Sunday college basketball action. Max, happy early Sunday morning to you. How are you doing today?
Well, to be frank, I'm tired as hell, but of course, I'm a dedicated college basketball capper, supporter of local stripper, and master chef of cock soup. So I've been up since the crack of dawn, haven't gone to sleep, went to the strip club, went to work, came home, studied these games, capped these games, bet these games, and now I'm here ready with my boy Drew to put you guys on some money because it's not Saturday, and you know how I feel about Saturdays. Fuck Saturdays. We're on Sunday. Sunday's fun day, and we're gonna make some money today. So let's get it going.
Sunday fun day, absolutely. Low bag fam, welcome in Sunday show. I feel like I'm like the drunk uncle, with the low bag fam. But I love it, guys. As far as everybody in the chat box, let us know what's on your mind, what you want to hear about, what you're betting, and why. And heck, I'm looking for some bets. I really only got one bet right now. Max, I know you're more of the volume guy. How many bets do you have pending as of right now?
I have about 22 bets right now that I've already put in. So I got heavy into it. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. But with my Sunday record throughout the season, because I do keep track of how I do on each day of the week, Sunday's a profitable day. So I'm hoping to continue it today.
Okay, so Sunday's been profitable for you throughout the season, and you were saying F Saturday. Are you serious, or is that a joke as far as how you feel about Saturday betting college basketball?
Oh, no, I feel completely genuine about that sentiment. Saturdays have been actually terrible for me in conference season. I'm down 6.5 units just on Saturdays from the beginning of January. So I see how I do not have the time to cap games the way that I would during the week. I need that extra time. So with the amount of games that I watch, I can't start capping games until I'm done watching games. And for the Saturday schedule, it just kills me.
That makes sense. I mean, just because of your personal schedule, your work schedule, or because of the way that the college basketball season steps up on Saturday?
Well, it's a combination of the times that the games are starting at compared to the weekdays, and then it's also a combination of my personal responsibilities and then my capping routine, because I have a strict capping routine that I stick to. So that's how I go about getting all these games done in one day. And if I deviate from that, then it just throws me off, and then it ends up costing me money.
Makes sense, man. And yeah, we'll go through the games. I guess try to start with the 12 o'clock games and work our way down. Max has a bunch of bets. We got best bets at the end. Max, I believe we went 2-0 together on our best bets for the first time in show history, huh?
Yes, we did. It was a very nice one. George Mason put a nice freaking beat down on George Washington. I watched that game. I managed to stay up. I battled the 420 blitz, but it was glorious. Otis Livingston, Justin Keir, they put on a nice show, and I was glad to get that win for you, me, and the low baggers and the SBR Madness fanatics. I'm going to call them from now on.
SBR Madness fanatics. Yeah, we can run with that for a little bit. And yeah, you're George Mason, Texas Tech, like the hat you're wearing. We got 2-0, so hopefully we can make it 4-0 Saturday and Sunday here. We'll start off with a couple games and hit the chat box as well. We got 401, 402, 12 noon Eastern tip here, so just under 2 hours until tip. Navy versus Colgate, Max, 139.5, and it looks like Colgate laying doubles, 11.5 here. How do you view betting Navy and Colgate?
Yeah, this is a game that I'm definitely going to be looking towards the over in, just because I know Navy did have a very low scoring game versus American, but that was more due to the pace that American plays. When you're going up against Colgate, Colgate has definitely been turning it up and been scoring the ball. This is a team that's making 11 threes a game. They hit 75% from the free throw line. They're scoring an average of 46 points in the second half the last 5 games, and I think that's going to help us get this number over. I know that Colgate's going to be able to play some good defense on Navy, and that Navy could have a bit of trouble scoring. I just am banking on the fact that Jordan Burns is going to have an ideal matchup in this game versus John Carter Jr. And I think that he's going to be able to finally show us some offense that we've been waiting for. And that starts with his 3-point shot. So I'm looking to get on this game full game over. And I'm looking actually to take Navy as a dog. Navy has covered, I believe, 3 point spreads and money line cashers between the point range of 8 and 9.5. So this is a little higher, but I'm not taking the money line. I'm just taking the points. So if they can stay within it, I'm pretty down with that. So give me Navy plus 12, and give me Colgate over 139.5.
And this is the Patriot League tournament, and it's in a neutral site in New York, correct?
Yeah, it is for the semifinals.
So Navy's literally what two wins away from making the tournament?
Yes, they are 2 wins away. Yeah. And it's not like they have a bad team. You got Hassan Abdullah, who's a really clutch shooter. I've seen him win games with drives to the bucket. Instead of trying to take it in strong, he pulls up and he's able to freaking get that ball to go through the hoop. And he's just one of the weapons that this team has. So I think that they've already beat Colgate this year. So it's not like this is something that's out of like the moon and that I'm just smoking a little too much and I'm not thinking clearly. I am thinking clearly. That's why I'm jumping on Navy full game. If I had bigger brass balls, I'd be jumping on the money line because it is true. Navy is on a roll right now in this tournament and they've been cashing for their backers.
Yeah, they beat American 60-56. Also Bucknell and Boston University down the stretch of the regular season. So they are in somewhat of a roll here, Max. Going against Colgate, Ken Palm has Colgate as the 130th ranked team, whereas Navy 281. So pretty big discrepancy here, and it's seen in the point spread at what laying doubles here in neutral sites. So, I mean, Colgate, the Raiders, they're on a heck of a run themselves, man. What, 8-9 straight in a row? It's an offense. They're going to slow it down both on offense and defense, and their offensive efficiency 75. That, I mean, just the metrics in general from kind of a glimpse view of handicapping this, it seems like it's going to be tough for Navy. In the military academies, you know, I'll bet them in football. I'll be honest, I haven't really bet them much in basketball at all. What do you find yourself kind of gravitating towards betting the military academies or against it in basketball? I'm thinking caliber of athlete, they might be up against it. Just the recruiting is a little tougher there. But I mean, the mentality of the athlete seems to be a little bit stronger at the military academies.
I agree with the mentality is definitely stronger, but it's all about fundamentals. They have to recruit guys that fit into their systems and that they think that they can develop. If you're one of these mid-majors and you cannot develop recruits, then you're never going to have success. It's like UConn in football. UConn can get some recruits, but they can't develop them. So they can never sustain any kind of winning tradition. So it's the same thing with mid-major basketball. You really have to be selective and really have to do your work and be very diligent in how you get and who you get in. And for this Navy team, they're not going to shoot a lot of threes, which is Colgate's defensive strength. And I think that the way that Colgate's shooting the ball right now, they're going to look at teams and being like, well, we have this advantage up front with Ivanauskas, Dana Batt, and Will Raymond. We have to exploit it. And that's going to lead to free throws. That's going to lead to high percentage 2-point buckets. And I think that's why I have to get on this over.
Makes a lot of sense, Max. And let's give some love to the chat box before we hit on the next game. Brian Admick, Pick Machine, George Don't Play. All guys, welcome in. 420. Absolutely. Light it up. As Bick Forever is saying, rolling up right now, Russia. Awesome, man. Enjoy. We got Top Set, Jay Lopez. Welcome in, guys. Cole Cologne, On Point Wagers. Let's go, Max from Pittsburgh. Max had a big day yesterday, man. Chat box loving it, bro. What were your final numbers on Saturday?
Well, for my Twitter and show picks, they actually weren't that good. I believe I finished 15, 17, and 1. It just, I guess some guys were able to get on the winners and stay off the losers. So that always makes me happy because I'm going to make money on my cheapo parlays, whether my singles are profitable or not, I find. And as long as guys are watching the show, following on Twitter, and cashing on some picks, that's what I'm here to do. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm just happy that everyone else is making some money, even if I did not on my singles yesterday.
Okay. And we got some guys throwing out some soccer picks. Man, have at it. Hagen saying Man U is hot. Arsenal is solid at home. Have to take Man U at pick. Makes sense there. Cole's asking, do you drink coffee? Some Mountain Dew, Amps, or something? LOL. Are you a coffee guy, Max?
No, I just drink apple juice.
Are you joking or serious?
No, I'm literally serious. I drink a lot of apple juice mixed with water. I don't like to drink alcohol when I cap, but I do drink a lot of apple juice. That's why I'm always saying, if anyone knows anybody at Allen's Apple Juice, I'd be grateful if they can get me a sponsorship, because I'd be killing that.
Yeah, we take that for the show. SBR Madness by the Apple Juice Company for sure. We got guys saying Houston first half, Jay Lopez. Also, Austin saying Houston +2. We'll be talking Houston, Cincinnati. That's a big game in the AAC. Yeah, guys, welcome on in. We can hit on a couple more games here, Max. Another smaller school game you want to talk about, Gardner-Webb, Radford on SBR odds right now. We got 4:05, 4:06, 1 p.m. Eastern tip-off here. 138 to 137 the total. Some opinion here on the total, Max. Obviously down from 139. So guys taking the side on the under in this Gardner-Webb Radford game. Radford laying 7.5 as the home team. How'd you look to bet this one, man?
Yeah, this is the Big South Championship that was supposed to be the Chris Clemens versus Radford rematch. But now it's not, because Chris Clemens and Campbell got eliminated, and I'm quite sad about it. Local strippers were sad about it. They had signs that are holding up, rest in peace, Chris. It's quite terrible. I'm not over that game yet. But as far as this Radford game, Gardner-Webb is definitely going to be someone I got to take some interest in. David Athani and Jose Perez definitely showed me something in this game versus Campbell. And they're in the championship game. They're on a roll. They shouldn't be getting this many points. I believe that the game now is going to be at Radford's gym. I have to double check on that, but I believe that the championship game is to the highest seeds home court, where the quarterfinals and semifinals were guaranteed to play at Gore Arena. So I think that this Radford team, they're a team that can make a lot of threes. In the first game, they were able to beat this Gardner-Webb team by hitting 13 threes, having a +9 in possessions, controlling the glass and dishing out 19 assists, and keeping under 10 turnovers. That's what Ed Polite and Carlick Jones and Caleb Tanner have to do. Caleb Tanner came off the bench for three-point shot makes. I think it's important for him and Donald Hicks to step up and score the basketball from deep. Carlick Jones is going to be able to get inside the paint, get to the free throw line, and Ed Polite, we know what he's going to do. So it's going to be a real difficult matchup for this Gardner-Webb team, but I got to go with the dog in this championship game. You want to give me +7.5 on this? I would be even considering buying up to 8. I've laid 7.5, but this Gardner-Webb team, the way that they rolled through all their competition so far, I got to give them a shot in the championship game.
Okay, Max, and yeah, just a second that I am seeing Donald N. Dedman Center in Radford, Virginia. So I believe it is a Radford home game. That's weird how the Big South Conference goes neutral site, and then home game for I'm guessing the better seed in the tournament.
Yeah. So
I've never seen that before. Is that the only conference that does that?
No, I don't think so. I think that a couple conferences do that. I can't think of the ones off the top of my head, but I could be wrong also on that. But my sense is that this has happened before.
Okay. Bunch of guys talking this Houston-Cincinnati game. Also, Austin, he's chiming in. Ready to serve up Bookie a 5-course platter of cock soup, Max. What do you think about that?
Now, that is some cock soup freaking lingo. I like that. I'm going to have to use that also. So the credit goes out where the credit is deserved, because I'm the kind of guy that gives credit where it's deserved. So I'm not one of these types that will hijack your shit. So yes, if I could use that, that would be very much appreciated. That is some golden cock soup material.
All right. The 5-course platter is going to be used in the future. We got who we got? Isaac asking about does anybody like the under on the Houston Cincy game? So we can talk it. 2 ranked teams going at 12 noon Eastern. An earlier tip here, 835-836 on the rotation number. Houston, Cincinnati, 128 the total. Cincinnati laying 2.5 at home. We are seeing a 3 pop up at Bookmaker. As far as total goes, Max, I'm not looking to bet this game over. Neither team is going to look to push it here. Cincinnati's defense is great. Houston, overall, as a team, I think can make a run in March, Sweet 16 and beyond. But I just think both defenses are kind of the more I guess you could say, like the stellar units compared to the opposing offenses. So as far as efficiency goes and pace goes, I think this points towards the under. There hasn't been much movement right now. It's just 128 across the board. No real movement off the opener. You have any strong feels here on Cincinnati, Houston?
Yeah, no, I'm looking to play this game, one of my split half games, where I would take Houston first half and take Cincinnati full game. I think that the Cincinnati team is being underestimated. Definitely they didn't step up like we thought that they were in their last game. So it is an area of concern for me. But this Cincinnati team at home, the defense that they play, the coaching that they have, I think that they can surprise Houston today. I think that there's a lot of eyes on Houston, and we saw what happened at home, where they weren't able to deal with the pressure. This is a team that I think may struggle with the spotlight on them, and I think that Cincinnati can fly under the radar today at home. So this is just a simple situational spot for me to get on, and not based on any capping.
Okay, so like the situational, mostly in the half. I'll tell you this, one thing that scares me in betting this total is Houston can go off for, they've gone off for 90 plus in 2 of their last 4 games, which can be very detrimental towards betting an under of 128. But at the same time, Cincinnati's just coming off a game against UCF, 58-55. So it's the pace is not going to be very much. There's not going to be a ton of possessions. I don't think this thing gets anywhere near 70 possessions. But it's still, Houston is a team that can score, but Cincinnati's defense is there. So I'm going to think about this for a little bit. Let us know what you guys think about the Houston-Cincinnati game in the chat box. Might be getting on this under. I think most guys are liking it. Brooks saying Cincinnati plays a slow-tempo game. May want to pace it up over under, maybe tricky. Yeah, I mean, there's differing opinions as far as the over-under. I would lean towards the under, but I get it. Capper John saying 70-67 type of game. That's what he's seeing. Could see that as well. We got a couple other small games here, Max. At 2 o'clock tip, Lehigh versus Bucknell. Also, guys, if you're liking the content, please give us a thumbs up. The like button, that helps us out. This is 403-404 in the rotation numbers on SBR odds. We got 157.5 is the total. That's been bought down since 159. -5.5 Bucknell laying in this one. How would you look to bet this, Max?
Yeah, this is a real interesting game for me, because what we've seen from Lehigh constantly throughout conference season is they fall behind in the first half, and then they mount a freaking furious comeback to win the game and sometimes cover the spread. Well, now you're giving me 5.5 points versus a Bucknell team that offensively and defensively has been able to shut down this Lehigh team down. But the way that Bucknell can blow out Lehigh today, and the way that I'm hoping that they do so, is just by playing 3-point defense. You can't allow Lehigh to hit 14 3-points against you. If they hit 14 3-point shots against you, which they will try to and get to with their season averages, I believe they average around 10 or 11, that is going to be a big problem for you. You got to bang on the glass. This is a team that lacks depth and lacks front court size to get on the glass. So take advantage. Get those second chance points. Get to the line where we know that you're successful. Kimball McKenzie, Nate Sestina, Bruce Moore. These are guys that can function within the offense, and they can speed it up. They can slow it down. And they're playing at home. Oh, no, they're not playing at home. Excuse me. I thought that they were going to be playing at home. That would be different. But, the fact is Bucknell gets to the line a lot. They make a lot of free throws. If you can get to the line 25 times, then, you're going to be in a good position. You're going to keep Lehigh shooters coming in and out of the game because of foul. You're going to see depth players from Lehigh that don't usually get minutes. And you just got to keep the turnovers down. When Bucknell loses, they lose because of turnovers. That's about it. So I think that Bucknell's a good shot on the first half and on full game.
And I'm seeing the Bison, the Bucknell Bison at home versus Lehigh. Is that what you have?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that makes sense. So which way are you betting it, Max? Do you have a bet locked in?
Yeah, I have 2 bets locked in already. I'm on Bucknell first half, -3, and then I'm on Bucknell for full game, -5.5.
Okay.
But I'm also looking towards getting on the over. I know that the lines moved down from 159 to 157 or 158 now, but I still think that this game is going to soar over. I think that these guys are going to run up and down on each other, and I think that Bucknell is going to be able to hit a shitload of threes.
Max, we got Jose saying, damn, it's early in LA, 7:25 a.m., but up supporting the cause. Keep up the good work, fellas. Appreciate you joining us, Jose. Early on the West Coast. Heck, it's early on the East Coast, man. It's only 10:30 on a Sunday, but we're here, Max. We were talking about it off camera. It's early, man. Last night, not much sleep for Maxwell Smart, huh?
Oh, no, man. First off, it was a full day of capping, watching games, hit up the landing strip, went to work for 4 hours and made a whole freaking bank of fucking cash. Then I obviously came home and I was like, well, I can't go to sleep. I got a show at 10 a.m. Eastern. I got a whole freaking card to cap. Well, I'm just going to stay up. No Red Bull, no coffee, no schnee. And I'm still here and I'm ready to go. So, excited for a lot of these championship games, especially ASUN, Big South, Missouri Valley Conference. So it's going to be a good day regardless.
Good, man. And we can go rapid fire down those. Man, no coffee, no Red Bull, no freshen up for Max. Dude, all natural. It's the way we like it. Clear-headed, sober-minded, handicapping the games. What do you got there, Max?
Pop-Tarts. It's Capper's best friend.
All right, man. Good stuff. We got do you want to share how you made a boatload of money last night or no?
Well, no, I work at a club that is like a dance club on Saturday nights, and I got a whole bunch of VIPs that I give VIP service to. So these are people that understand that this is a tip-based industry, and if you want something, you tip a person to get it. So what I do is I give VIP service to a lot of people that know how to tip. So if you want 5 or 6 shots or 5 or 6 mixed drinks and the bar is packed, I'm going to drop whatever I'm doing, stop whoever I'm serving, go right to you because I know you're going to take care of me proper. And when I have 5 or 6 people that are like that in one night, my wallet is bulging out of my back pocket. And in Canada, we have colored money and the rainbow is full and thick.
You got the Monopoly type money, like Costa Rican money. I like it. I don't know much about the Canadian money, but Max, I do know about the restaurant industry. I've worked there a bunch, and I've done that in the past. But then sometimes, if the just like let's just say tourists are in there, you don't know if they're a good tip or anything, but you're giving all the love to the VIP, the people you know are tipping. and it kind of backs up on just the regular folk. Can you get in trouble there at your work?
No, I don't get in trouble at my work because I'm a Superman. I I'm one of these barmen that just take care of everything. So when people know that I'm there, they know that shit's gonna go right because I'm very efficient. So when I do what I do, they understand that I'm doing this for myself, but they're not the types that are gonna like plug their nose and be like, oh, that's not fair, because this is a hustle. You want to generate, you want to create, you want to freaking develop relationships. That's your business. If you don't want to do it and you don't want to reap the benefits, then you can't cry when other people are doing it too. And I tell my bartenders and my other support staff, I'm like, don't hate because I got it going on and I know how to work within the system.
Well said, Max. Maxwell Smart on Twitter at Maxwell Smart 420. Good follow there. We got Liberty Lipscomb up next, Max. 407, 408, 138 the total, seeing a 137.5 at Bookmaker. 6.5 Lipscomb laying in this one. How would you look to bet it? Two good teams.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the most entertaining games in my opinion because Liberty has already gone into Lipscomb and beat them as a dog. Lipscomb obviously is 5-9 at home ATS. That is shaky for a team that we think is going to be dancing into March. But the fact is, Liberty has a fucking chance tonight. Liberty's in this game. Scotty James is on this team. He's coming off a 24-9 game. I need Scotty. Scotty is who I need tonight because this is a team that has showed that they're road warriors. They've gone to Lipscomb. They went across the country to UCLA, and they're like, Bruins, you guys may not know about us, but we're the Liberty Flames, and we're about to fuck you in your ass. Okay? That's what fucking happened. Okay? They bent them over and split their fucking lips like it was a fucking peach in prison. Okay? That's how it fucking goes. So this is a Liberty team that allows 61 points a game, shooting 76% from the free throw line. I worry about them being able to box out against the size for this Lipscomb team. But the fact is, this is a solid Liberty team that's not going to freaking turn the ball over a lot. They're not hitting a lot of three-point shots, but I think that they're better when they're driving and getting to the bucket. So that's going to extinguish one of Lipscomb's defensive strengths. Obviously, Garrison Matthews shutting him down is the key. When Liberty beat Lipscomb, Garrison was 2 for 10 from 3 and 5 for 16 from the field. They need that type of game, that type of defense on him specifically, and then they have a great shot at covering this number. So I've already bet Liberty +7, and I'm going to actually jump on the over in this game. So if you can give me an updated number, I got 138.5.
Seeing 138 and Bookmakers kind of low water mark here at 137.5. Actually, Heritage, great sportsbook sponsor of the show, 137.5 as well. So 137.5 or 138, depending on where you're shopping.
Yeah, I would take that 137.5 at Heritage. Definitely shout out to Heritage, sponsor of the show. Much appreciated. And yeah. I'm just gonna stay on the Liberty full game and not go first half also, and I'm gonna get on that over.
And what's up with this number? And we saw it, going into the conference tournament here for the ASUN, where Lipscomb was the heavy favorite. I believe they were like -200 and something, whereas Liberty was plus money, and we're seeing +7.5. But yet go back, not too long in the season, just a little over a month. And Liberty beat Lipscomb, Max. It's kind of one of those numbers that's a little head-scratching, and really the sentiment from the betting markets overall, giving all the love to Lipscomb and Liberty kind of in the outhouse here. What are you seeing there?
Well, I know that this is two senior-laden teams going up against each other, and when you have a chance to go to March Madness, like, you're going to get an out-of-the-box performance, and that's what I'm seeing from a lot of these mid-major, low-major teams. That's what you get every year from them. That's what makes these games so entertaining. That's why it doesn't matter what the line comes out. They all have a fucking chance. And this Liberty team, they're well coached. They play pack line defense. The only thing is they have to stop Lipscomb from the three-point line. This is a team that shoots 38.8% from the three-point line. You just cannot let them go off. And that starts and ends with your defense on Garrison Matthews.
In this game, in my opinion, it's probably the top game of the day. Liberty Lipscomb, 3:00 Eastern, 12 noon Pacific on ESPN. So kind of primetime game here for Sunday. We got DJ Big Boss. That's your boy, Max. Good guy there. If you make it to your senior year in CBB, you trash with the trash can there. Got to give him credit for that. Did you really agree with that statement though, Max? I mean, I think that there's good players that are seniors in college basketball.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of good seniors in college basketball. But the reality is there's just not a lot of spots in the NBA, and there's just not that many spots overseas for all these NCAA Division I athletes. So their best chance is to stay in school, maybe get a degree, maybe get a job at the university or somewhere in the industry, and that's it. So I think that seniors are important. I think that seniors bring calming and they bring the vocalization that you're not going to see from freshmen. Freshmen don't talk to each other. Look at James Dickey for UNC Greensboro. If you watch that game against Sanford yesterday, he's banging his chest. He's pushing his own teammates. He's yelling in people's faces. That's the type of leadership you get from a senior. You don't get that from a freshman. So seniors are important in my mind.
Good point. And a bunch of guys talking about senior night, if it matters, if it doesn't. We've talked about it a bunch. We also got Top Set saying something for you here, Max. Snapple Applecock flavored juice for the bookies. Nice play on words there.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I don't think that I can get that out fast enough without screwing it up, so I will not attempt it as of yet. I will practice it when I look at the chat afterwards.
Okay, and then there was no periods, no commas, just straight word after word. I figure out senior day don't mean shit in CBB. That's from DJ Big Boss. And what you've said in the past, Max, and I agree with you. It depends on the situation. Does senior day matter? It looks like Cincinnati senior day for today. Is that a situation where you think senior day would matter?
Yeah, I'm also kind of a believer this senior day may hinder the team that is celebrating senior day. I'm always a supporter of teams having their senior day ceremonies after the game, not before the game. I find that's actually a handicapping tool that I use. So I use, for instance, St. Francis, Pennsylvania. On their senior day, what happened? They got blown out. They started slow early because they had the ceremony before the game. So it happens quite often, and I'm trying to learn from my mistakes.
Max, we got to are you okay to talk some big games here? Iowa, Nebraska, UConn, ECU?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we got on the SBR odds here, Big Ten Network, Iowa, Nebraska. Looks like 1.5. That's Iowa laying on the road in Nebraska. Looks like total of 150. Little juice towards the under, but really no real movement as far as total goes. This Nebraska team, Max, has not been good this season, to say the least. Also, Iowa, it's not a team that I think is. I mean, we've seen it just in the last 3 or 4 games that they've all lost. This is a team that was highly ranked in the country and has lost 3 straight, including Rutgers. Not necessarily a good team in the Big Ten. And now they're playing Nebraska, and it's a competitively lined game. Nebraska, the Cornhuskers have had a dismal season, lost 4 straight. Just lost to Michigan State, Michigan back-to-back, kind of got their doors blown off. They did play competitively against Purdue, but it's just not a very athletic Iowa team and not a very good Nebraska team. Still, I would take the efficiency as far as Iowa, the Hawkeyes, Iowa Hawkeyes, offensive efficiency. I think they can put the ball in the bucket, a little bit more talented. So if you made me bet it, I would bet Iowa. Haven't bet it yet, Max. How do you view this Big Ten game?
Yeah, I've already bet this game on a side and a total, and I want to do a shout out to Lamont Williams. I seen that Lamont Williams max bet is Iowa -1 and under 150, and that's what I'm on also. So I'm with Lamont on this. I think that Iowa is going to play to the caliber that we have seen them play at home, and they're going to play it on the road. This is a Tim Miles team that plays to the quality of coach that Tim Miles is. And Tim Miles is the kind of guy who does the walk of shame to the ATM in the strip club. So his team plays like that. And I'm not backing them today. So let's go Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes!
Do you think this is Tim Miles' last year in Lincoln?
It has to be. He recruited great players and has done nothing tangible with them. You've wasted James Palmer's career. James Palmer could have been a fantastic player somewhere else.
We also got UConn versus East Carolina in the AAC at 2 o'clock Eastern tip here, 839-840 on the rotation number. Looks like 5.5. UConn laying on the road, 141.5 the total. I'll tell you, Max, I think this total is a little too high. UConn, last game out, it did go over, but before that, they were on a heck of an unders run. Jalen Adams been injured, so I'm looking towards the under in this UConn ECU game. You got any bet here in this AAC matchup?
Yeah, I'm also on the under. I am a little worried just because when I watched Tariq Gilbert in the game, in the last game, he was definitely pushing the pace. He was getting in and out. You really saw him attacking the bucket. So the under is definitely the play that I'm on, and I want to get on East Carolina. This is my team. I'm a UConn guy, and I've been losing money on them this year because I don't know how to separate my bias. But in this spot, I have to lean with ECU. ECU just has that intangible that a lot of bad teams have, and then they show it when you least expect it. And UConn doesn't deserve to be laying this type of number. It just doesn't make sense. So just from a numbers perspective, I have to be looking towards ECU as a side, but I'm probably just going to stay on the under.
Okay, so you got the under locked in. I'm on the under as well. And as far as the side, yeah, this number just looking too pricey to you, huh?
I want to bet UConn. I want to watch the game and I want to bet UConn, but I just can't do it because I've seen them have awesome first halves. I've seen them play to their potential in the first half, but then in the second half, I've just seen them fall apart over and over again, and I just can't take it. I'm losing fucking minutes off my life when I watch UConn and I see them do this shit. Even though Jalen Adams is in the lineup, I'm happier with him on the lineup, but if I have to get on the side, I got to get on ECU as the home dog.
Okay, good stuff. We got Rusty Shackelford, your boy, the porn star name himself. I was at the Xavier game and watched a senior who never does anything go off against St. John's. That being said, it's overrated. Rusty, thanks for the opinion on senior night there. Max, let's give the people what they want. I know you got some more small conference games, and we got best bets coming up, but you just want to rattle off the games you wanted to throw out there?
Yeah, let me throw out a whole bunch because I got a couple here. So first off, I'm going to talk about this Delaware William and Mary game. I'm going to be taking Delaware. I know they're on a 4-game losing streak. I know William and Mary's won 7 out of 10. I know I could just be throwing a fucking unit away on this game, but I just think that Eric Carter is going to be able to dominate Nathan Knight. This Delaware team has beat William and Mary. They got routed the last time out, but that's just because they couldn't play 3-point defense. They allowed 10 3-point makes. They were minus 10 in 2-point buckets made. So that's a big discrepancy for a team that relies on scoring close to the bucket. They were minus 6 on the glass and minus 11 in assists. So defense is the problem for Delaware right now. I just think that they're going to be able to find a way to keep this game within the number. I think that they're going to be able to shoot free throws a little better. I don't think that Matt Million is going to be able to go off for William and Mary. This is a team that's 2-11 in the day ATS. I know people hate that fucking stat, but I cannot ignore it. It's like 2-11. It's like right there. It's like 2-11. Do I take it? Do I take it? Well, I'm taking it. So tail with caution, fade if you have to. Commenters, just make money. Make money even if I don't. Sacrifice me. The next game is North Dakota State. So this North Dakota State versus Oral Roberts game, I just think that when you got a combination of Tyson Ward and Jared Samuelson and Vinny Shaheed putting in their work and scoring 3-point shots and getting to the line, this is a recipe for wins. Keep the turnovers down. This is a team that keeps it under 10 turnovers a game committed. They shoot a lot of 3-point shots, so they live or die with that. 50% of their shots are coming from there. The 2 games that they've played against Oral Roberts, they've had very strong first halves, but then let up in the second. So I'm looking to get on North Dakota State in the first half, and I'm relying on them being able to contain Sam Kearns. So both these teams play pretty bad defense. They both hit a lot of free throws. So I'm looking to get on the over 143 in this game because when one team allows the other team to score 46% of the 3-point shots, I know that's a recipe to freaking get an over. And with the upsets and the bullshit that's been going on in the Summit League tournament yesterday, I see points getting scored.
Okay, so like in the over 143, right, Max?
Yeah, over 143. And I just wanted to say quickly, the over is 23-11 on the road for both these teams combined, 22-10 in conference, 21-10 at night. And when it's a total between 140 and 149.5, it's 19-13 to the over.
Good stats there, Max. And guys in the chat box, let us know if you're into this day stat, Max. Everyone out there, are you guys into the day stat? Do you think that matters? Day, night in basketball, particularly in the day. I've never really handicapped with it, but Max, you use it actually actively in your handicapping.
Yeah, because for teams like William and Mary and Ryder, it's been profitable this year. So I've been able to hit some spots without having to spend a whole shitload of time looking into a game. And if I can find an angle that's cashing at a decent percentage, well, frig, it just makes my life a little bit easier because I can put that time towards games I'm having more difficulty with.
All right, Max. We got King Rail in saying, what's up, Max? King Rail on Twitter posting his NBA plays. Welcome in, bud. Where else you want to go from here? Do you want to throw out any more games before we get to best bets?
Yeah, I got to throw out a couple more games, but I got to stop and give a shout out to King Rail. King Rail's in the chat. Okay, King's Court, 7 o'clock, Monday to Friday. That's where you get your NBA gold. That's where you get your NBA in-play gold. That's where you're going to freaking buy your new countertops and your new freaking fridge for your kitchen renovation. So make sure you're fucking watching that shit. IPFW versus South Dakota. That's a game that I'm interested in. Yes. IPFW's on a 4-game losing streak. South Dakota's is on a 4-game, has won 4 of the last 5. The good balance scoring right now. Stanley Umude is obviously the key guy, but Trey Burke-Manning and Tristan Simpson and Cody Kelly have been great also. This has been a very dominant team in the second half. And when they won at home, it was because they scored high-efficient buckets. They got to the line. They limited their fouls, and they limited turnovers. That's a key and recipe to success. I think that South Dakota is going to win today, and I think that this game's going over.
Like in the over in South Dakota. What about a Wofford game? Anything there, Max? If not, that's cool.
Absolutely. I love Wofford. Wofford's going to be a wonderful spot today. They do have to worry about ETSU. I'm more looking at the over in this game more than the side. I'm going to take a little bit of time because we do have 5 hours till this game goes down and the numbers moving in ETSU's favor. So most of my capping systems are aimed and designed to find value in favorites. So I will be looking at that. And if the number keeps on going down, it could just make it better for me. So definitely looking at the over. The over is what I'm going to get on. And I'm going to be looking at getting inside. Look out for me on Twitter.
Okay, at Maxwell Smart 420. And Max, any other games you wanted to throw out, leans, bets before we get to best bets?
Yeah, just going over some of the 12 o'clock games. I'm leaning and I'm gonna bet actually Indiana first half, Rutgers full game, and the over 132 or 132.5. I've already bet Illinois plus 7.5 under 150. I've already bet Hofstra first half and the over. And I've also bet Wisconsin -2, -3. I bet USF -2.5 and the over 134. And I'm on College of Charleston -8.5 and -9.5. Selling some points for a plus price.
Dang, loaded up, Max. Total of what? You're in the double digits for sure as far as total number of bets today, huh?
Yeah, I'm close to 22 bets right now, but obviously there will be some live plays. There's a couple games that I haven't bet, like the UNC Greensboro Furman game, which is going to be really entertaining. UNC Greensboro had that really nice comeback versus Stanford yesterday. So my day is definitely going to be full, but I have a large enough bankroll that I will be able to sustain my addiction, which is volume betting.
Volume betting addiction, not a terrible addiction. There's worse addictions out there, so it's not that bad, Max. Do you have any worse addictions than volume betting?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to say them if you don't want to.
Whorehouses. I go to whorehouses and I spend way too much money and I spend way too many hours there. So I just love those places because you know what? The better they treat you, the more money they make. So I like being treated well. So
are they legal in Canada?
No, they're not. There's a whole gray area. Prostitution is actually legal, but it's illegal for the John to solicit it. So like there's all these areas, and then obviously these houses, they could get raided. That's why I don't tell about the locations of where they are. But they're very nice. It's they have a reputation being stingy, they'll rob you, all that stuff. I go to a place that is a detached house. It has renovated up the wazoo. Nice bathrooms, nice bedrooms, freaking a living room to freaking smoke and wait and see who's available. Like, I go to one that accommodates me and allows me to fucking plug my computer with my freaking HDMI cord so I can watch college basketball games. Like, I'm serious. This is the kind of service you get.
And you've done that in the place. Watch the games you're betting on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I didn't get that privilege until after a year of going there.
So now you're VIP.
I'm not a VIP, but I get good referrals from girls because I don't do anything fucking shady to them.
They feel safe with you, man. So, Joe, Moses, Chris, King Rail, JP, Ty, hail to the victors. What's up, guys? I guess we can head to best bets now, Max. Unless, have you left out any games?
Nope.
Okay. I think I started it off last time. We went 2-0. I believe you're 3-3 on the year. I'm 2-4 for best bets. Is that the record you have as well, Max?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm holding us back. Hopefully can get it back right now. Gonna go to that Iowa game. I like Iowa, and I will bring up the number here. The more talented offensive team, the more talented team overall, in my opinion. They are on the road in the Big Ten. Scary here, but the number is so short. You can get it -1 at Bookmaker right now, -1.5 pretty much everywhere else. So obviously just laying -1 with the Hawkeyes is the side I'm going with. And 150 being the total, no play on the total, just Iowa, the more efficient offense. And Nebraska, just plain and simple, isn't that good. KISS method of betting, keep it simple, stupid. Better team, laying 1 on the road. I'm doing it. Iowa Hawkeyes -1 for best bets. Actually just locked it in as you were talking. But Max, on Twitter at MaxwellSmart420, what do you got for best bets, man?
Yeah, I'm going to the CAA tournament, and I'm going to Northeastern. I'm taking the under 151.5. I can get it juiced at Pinnacle. I see some better lines at 5 dimes for it. But I just think that this is a big number. Northeastern plays good defense. I think that Wilmington's going to have a little bit more trouble scoring than they did versus Elon. And this is also a revenge pick for me because UNC Wilmington beat me yesterday. And I want them out of this fucking tournament. And I want the under. 151.5. That is my play of the day.
Under 151.5 Northeastern game for Max. Best bet. I'm on Iowa -1. Max, it was an early morning. We made it through. Time change with everything that it had to do. Appreciate you. You stayed up all night, man. Heck of a show from you. Any closing thoughts before we shut this down?
Well, definitely. I always tell you guys to do the same thing. If you guys are tailing, make that money. If you guys are fading, make that money. When you make that money, take it to your local strip club. The lunch crowd, the dinner crowd, the late night crowd. They all need you. 3 different shifts at a strip club during the day. Make sure you're supporting all of them. Support local strippers. Bring them the chicken tenders with honey. No ranch or barbecue. We know what happens when women eat ranch and barbecue sauce mixed with chicken. It goes kaboom out of their ass. We don't want that. So serve cock soup to your bookies. Let's cash some picks today. Let's enjoy this conference tournament championship action. It's going to be great basketball to watch. Enjoy yourselves.
Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the Sunday. Little love to the chat. Miss J saying the life and times of Maxwell Smart. Always entertaining. And DJ Big Boss in with another good comment. If you haven't got ahead and watched a game, you trash. Good opinions there. Adam, DJ Big Boss, Austin, Trainer, Ken, Lamont Williams. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Please hit the like button. Helps us out. For Maxwell Smart, I'm Drew Martin. We will be back with some more SBR madness, so stay tuned. Best of luck with your bets today.